Come get some.
Alright, so today we're going to be looking at the RetroN HD Premium Retro Gaming Console. This basically lets you play old NES games on a new HD TV. So it says it has 720p audio and video. It even has compatibility for NTSC and PAL cartridges, basically, North America and Europe. And it even has a switcher between 16:9 or 4:3 aspect ratio. And 4:3 is the classic one you're familiar with from the older systems. Let's get this unboxed and check it out. Okay, looks like some pretty good packaging inside. This came out when I opened it, but it was nicely secured. Take out this cardboard piece, set this aside. Let's take a look at the actual controller and system itself. So here we have the Hyperkin controller. You can see it looks pretty much like a regular NES controller, except it has these kind of cool, triangular divots on the side. It must be Hyperkin's thing, because the box has a similar shape. It's pretty neat. So the controller feels pretty solid. Feels like good quality plastic in your hands. Action feels good on the buttons. Little stiff on start and select, but that could be a good thing for longevity. Buttons feel good, not too spongy. Good feedback. Much like an original Nintendo, And look, it even has the same connection as original Nintendo, so I'm thinking you could probably play this on an original NES, or use original NES controllers on this system. We'll find out. We'll get there. And then we have the RetroN system itself. So let's... Alright. That's a cool little unit. Look at that. Let's take it out of the plastic. Alright, so you can see the RetroN unit right here. It does look like kind of like a mini Nintendo. You have your two ports. You have power. Nice clicking action. Reset. Feels good as well. You have the same triangular divot here. Like I said, it must be the Hyperkin kind of thing, Looks good, solid all around. Look, you have the old school red, white, and yellow RCA composite hookups in the back. Here's the selector between 16:9 and 4:3 ratio. Here's the HDMI output. And here's the micro USB for the power, I'm guessing. So I'm excited to plug this in, try it out. Goes in nice and tight, feels good. Then my HDMI cable. There we go. And the power. Okay, now that the RetroN's all hooked up, let's get a game in here and check it out. Alright, let's start with Kung Fu. Let's see how this one looks and plays. Plugs in nicely, feels nice and secure. Let's hit that power button. Game's up and running. Looks good. Yeah, it looks pretty good. There's definitely an effect added to the graphics to make them look smoother than they would, I think, on the raw NES. I mean, they do a really good job upscaling it. Sounds really good. At least good enough that I'd have to go check it out to see how they're different. Oh yeah? Grasshopper! So, how is the RetroN HD? Well, honestly, it's pretty good. So let's start with the positive points first. The RetroN HD is the easiest way I've found to play old Nintendo games on your brand new HD TV. I have a 4K TV and it looks really good right on screen. Now, is everything perfect? No. For instance, I found some odd sound discrepancies between the way the RetroN sounds and the way my original Nintendo sounds for certain games. And while the graphics look really good, good enough that I'd have to compare them to the original games on my Nintendo to see a difference, there are some games with a noticeable difference. For instance, in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle games on Nintendo, it seems that the green of the turtles is even more intense. And in Turtle 2 the arcade, you can see that the shadows of the turtles are really green. They probably were a green tint in the original game as well, but I don't remember them looking that green. And also I noticed in Ninja Gaiden, in the pretty much all the color palettes, but especially in the stage start color palette where it kind of shows him dashing across the screen, he's much more blue on the original Nintendo, and he's more of a shade of purple on the RetroN. So one thing the RetroN does really well is the control. The control feels spot on to the original Nintendo. I couldn't discern any difference between playing it on the original Nintendo and playing it through the plugged-in controller that came with my RetroN. That being said, the only glitch I found, and I think it might be a glitch with the controller I received, is that once in a great while, it seems to automatically press left on the D-pad without me doing that at all. And in playing Ninja Gaiden, I fell to my death a few times climbing up ladders because of that glitch. But I don't have any reason to believe at the moment that that is symptomatic across all the RetroN units. I'll do some more testing and update you guys if I find otherwise. So what's the final verdict? I like it. Now, is the system perfect? No, it's not perfect. But it's still the easiest way I've found to play original Nintendo games on my 2022 4K HD television. And some of your favorite games can still be purchased pretty inexpensively. So if you really wanted to have a cool retro experience with your friends, you could pick up a RetroN for about $40 with free Prime shipping on Amazon, then get a couple games for around $5 from various retro gaming sites online, and you could have a really good time reliving some of your childhood memories. But games like Ice Hockey, Blades of Steel, Double Dribble, Operation Wolf, there's a whole list of games I've picked up recently that were very reasonable. And when I say reasonable, I mean around $5 or less. So you know, I'm not sorry I got one of these. I think it's a good purchase. And I'm hoping I can use this to do some TikTok lives in the future, especially for games where some of the graphical or sound glitches really aren't noticeable. Now I realize there are other systems that perform similar functions, meaning they let you play your original Nintendo games on modern TVs. I'm looking to check out some of those as well, so I'll keep you guys updated if I find a better solution. But for right now, I'm happy with my RetroN. This is Gamatroid saying thanks for watching, and I'll see you real soon.